Attorney Justin Bamberg said none of Alex's money is untainted in my opinion, based on his admissions during his trial. I also don't believe him not being allowed to take money that could go to his victims for himself instead violates his constitutional rights. To the contrary, Alex getting that money to fight an appeal only victimizes his victims once again. Hello, True Crime Stories family. Welcome back. Alex Murdaugh's attorneys filed a motion to use his retirement funds to pay legal fees for his appeal. Is Alex victimizing his victims all over again? Alex seems to think his money is innocent property. How did Alex's defense team afford to pay $20,000 a week to stay in a massive, luxurious wedding venue with a private chef during the trial? Alex's defense team said they stayed there for privacy and protection. However, the prosecutor and state employees did not have the same luxurious experience during the trial. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Alex Murdaugh is trying to use his retirement funds to pay his lawyers. It's a big possibility that he will be using his victims' settlement money. While he was working as a lawyer, the money he stole from his clients, he likely deposited into his retirement account. And now he wants to use that dirty money to pay his own lawyers. It's a shame because some of his victims are still waiting for Alex to pay back the money he stole. Alex's attorneys filed a motion to use Alex's retirement funds to pay legal fees for appeal. Attorney Justin Bamberg said he plans to object to a recent request filed by Alex Murdaugh for an order that would direct receivers in control of his accounts to transfer $160,000 from escrow to pay for attorney's fees and costs to appeal his recent convictions and sentence in the deaths of his wife and youngest son. Justin Bamberg tweeted, "On behalf of my clients, many victims of his financial crimes, including the late Hakeem Pickney, the late Blondell Gary, and others reliving their personal trauma that are still with us, I will be formally objecting to Alex Murdaugh's request." Alex was found guilty and sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences without parole, following a lengthy trial held in Colton County. His legal team filed an appeal just days later. He admitted to many of those crimes while taking the witness stand during his own trial. Attorney Justin Bamberg, who is representing several clients in financial crimes against Murdaugh, disagrees with the rationale. According to Andrew Davis, the money to pay for Alex's lawyers will come from an escrow account that holds more than $424,000 from his liquidated 401k retirement plan, according to the request. He refers to the money as innocent property, not money obtained illegally. According to the filing, Murdaugh owed more than $700,000 in fees just for the trial, plus thousands of dollars in other expenses that attorneys say they paid out of pocket for and haven't been reimbursed for, such as paying 2 paralegals, the office support staff working off-site supporting the defense team, and other legal costs in preparing the case. According to Murdaugh's affidavit, 4 attorneys worked an estimated 60 hours each week, 240 hours per week, for 6 weeks, 14,400 hours. Using an hourly rate of $500 as an average, the total expenses for only the trial attorneys amounts to $700,000. Murdaugh's lawyers, on the other hand, claim that the attorney's fees that they have received thus far are grossly insufficient to cover the actual trial. Murdaugh's attorneys claim that the funds received from Murdaugh's retirement account have been exhausted and that they have been paying bills out of pocket, so they now want Judge Hall to enable them to tap into the $424,941 set aside for victims. Attorney Justin Bamberg, who is defending many clients in Murdaugh's financial crimes cases, disagrees with the reasoning. None of Alex's money is untainted in my opinion, based on his admissions during his trial. I also do not feel that his inability to take money that may have gone to his victims for himself violates his constitutional rights. On the contrary, Alex receiving that money to defend an appeal just further victimizes his victims. How can Alex claim his 401k funds are legitimate when over the course of his legal career, he was actively stealing millions from clients and using that stolen money to pay for things he wanted, instead of relying solely on any legitimately earned income? Let me get this straight. I'm going to earn legit money, doing cases the right way and put some of the legit money away in retirement. Or I'm going to do business deals with that legit money and put it away for retirement. And then I'm going to get illegitimate money by stealing from clients on other cases and use that illegitimate money for stuff I desire. which lets me keep putting more legit earned money into my retirement, since I don't have to spend the legit money on stuff I desire because I'm using illegitimate money I stole to get the stuff I desire. Got it. Not. Bamberg went on to say that Murdaugh should not be entitled to deprive his financial victims of the limited amount of funds available, not a single penny, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, or anything else of value, so he can continue trying to get or keep himself out of prison. The funds in the receivership should be solely for his victims, the costs associated with the work the receivers are doing, etc., because he owes these victims far more money than he has money to go around, he explained. Jean Seckinger, who has worked her way up to the office manager and chief financial officer at the law company Murdaugh's family started more than a century ago, said that Murdaugh retained whole fees, required by rules to be split with the company, on occasion. Murdaugh allegedly collected money from litigation settlements for clients in wrongful death or accidents cases, according to Seckinger. According to bank statements seized in Murdaugh's office, instead of depositing money with a business called Forge Consulting for safekeeping for the clients, Murdaugh formed Murdaugh DBA Forge to retain the money for himself. How did Alex's defense team afford to pay $20,000 a week to stay in a massive, luxurious wedding venue with a private chef during the trial? Alex's high-powered defense team was living the high life at the Eden at Gracefield, a 500-acre wedding venue in Walterboro, South Carolina. This luxurious property was the temporary home of Murdaugh's lead defense attorneys, Dick Harpootlian and Jim Griffin, and their entourage during the trial. The team rented all 5 homes, nestled between lakes and tranquil forests, about 8 miles from Colton County Courthouse, for a little less than the list price of $20,475 a week. We did give them a little discount because of the length of the stay, said Laura Walker, who runs the venue with her entrepreneur husband, Paul Walker. State prosecutors and agents with the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division were based about 100 miles north in Columbia, at the Hampton Inn and Suites that was renovated about 5 years ago. The Walkers purchased the property several years ago and painstakingly gutted and renovated each residence and an 8,000 square foot barn used for wedding receptions. The venue has 77 weddings booked this year alone. The property's most magnificent home, the Manor House, overlooks a pool and a 27-acre lake with backlit fountains. The imposing Mediterranean-style residence boasts crystal chandeliers, an onyx foyer, and a 12-foot kitchen island. The legal team's sordid days turned into sumptuous nights with a live-in cook who prepared 3 meals a day. They're probably all meeting at the Manor House, and that's probably where she does most of the cooking, Laura Walker said of the chef. It's a beautiful kitchen with a double oven and gas range. The spread also features the rustic tobacco barn, which features whimsical fairy lights strung up over the bed in the master bedroom. Privacy was of the utmost importance to Murdaugh's team, and they requested that the back entrance remain locked for their stay. They accessed the property through a wrought iron gate that opens on an enchanting road lined with live oaks draped in Spanish moss. It's unclear how Murdaugh, who has claimed he's broke, is paying Harpootlian, a Democratic state senator, and Griffin, whose team's housing tab surpassed $60,000. The experience for the 16 employees of the state isn't quite as glamorous. They stayed at the Hampton Inn and Suites, with more than 30 members of the press, including Fox News Digital. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.